welcome to QI, which tonight is utterly devoted to England. Let's meet our green and pleasant panel. The gentleman and scholar, Sean Locke. The thoroughly decent chap, Charlie Higson. The hail fellow well-met Phill Jupitus. And somebody from Wales. It was, in fact, the Irish MP, Daniel O'Connell, who said, "The Englishman has all the qualities of a poker, except its occasional warmth." Well, let's show him just how wrong he was with a display of toasty, heartwarming patriotism. Sean goes... Phill goes...
So I forgot this one.
No. Charlie goes... Oh. And Alan goes...
The English, the English, the English. I wouldn't be coming for all of this.
Thank you. How do you do, Mr. Davies?
Fine, thanks.
Oh, thank you. That's so pleasing. Yes, we started a little bit of English manners there. I mean, of course, there are no rights or wrongs in these things, but it is considered very bad form to answer the question, how do you do? You should say, how do you do back?
How do you do?
Yeah, you could stress the you, or just go, how do you do?
How do you do?
Or a small bow.
How do you do?
How do you do? Oh, don't forget, by the way, we have in our E-series an elephant in the room bonus. Like that. Thank you, exactly. If you spot an elephant in any question, you get a bonus, but beware, you could get a penalty if there is no elephant in the room. So, we've already had our first question, how do you do? To which the answer should be, how do you do, or a small bow. So that's 10 points off to the foreigner. Now, let's see if you can all do better with our question 2. Can you name a single lake in the English Lake District?
There we are, straight in, top of the show, Windermere. I've only been on 20 seconds.
It's a tragic introduction to the world of our human...
How can Lake Windermere not be a lake in the Lake District?
It isn't called Lake Windermere.
Yes, it is. It's called Lake Windermere.
Only by people who don't know what it really should be called.
The moon.
Any other thoughts as to a lake in the Lake District? Who's going for it?
Coniston Water.
Oh! Now there, the clue is actually in the title, Coniston Water. It's a water. There are waters, and there are meres, and there are tarns, but there is one lake.
Try Lake Titicaca.
Lake Titicaca.
Anyone know it? Anyone know it?
Bassenthwaite.
Oh, very good. Now, audience, did you say Bassenthwaite? You get, I think, 10 points to the audience. Astounding. Astounding. We're very impressed.
Yeah, but you give them 10 points, shared amongst them, that's like 0.0001. That's like a Tesco club card point.
Yeah, it's true, that Bassenthwaite, and even that was once called Basson Water and has only recently been called the lake. They're all meres, waters, you see. Windermere is just Windermere. Coniston Water, Hallswater, Ullswater, Thurle, Mere. But there it is, Bassenthwaite Lake. Weird.
Crafty Cambrian bastard.
But there you are. Now, who was the first king of both England and Scotland?
James I. Sir. Yeah. Is it Canute or something like that?
It's a little later than Canute, but you're right. It's pre-William I. Oh, dear me. That's not how the crown looks, by the way. Maybe when the Queen goes to a British Lions rugby match.
She normally has a couple of Coke cans. Yeah.
No, because actually James I was the first one to have what was called the Triple Crown of Scotland, Wales, England and Ireland, but not the first to have the double throne of Scotland and England. who was?
And Edwards.
Ethel
That
Bluebird.
kind of Athel in
King
Athel-
Engelbert. King Engelbert Humperdinck.
Athelstan, King Athelstan, 937
His
AD.
hand. He's got a hand like a
It's
Simpson.
incredible we didn't know that.
King Constantine II of Scotland submitted to him in 937, as did the kings of Cornwall, Wales and Northumbria, when he became the first king of all Britain, Athelstan. I would also have allowed Edward I, which is wrong, but not as wrong as James I. So, what's this chap behind me trying to tell us? Did you see that on the right? It loops around again, so he's the fellow on the right there, that fellow, there he is. What's that about?
He's saying, I've still got my fingers, so I can still fire arrows.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is completely untrue. It is particularly people who seem to reenact battles. They say, oh, yes, as a matter of fact, the French used to cut off the fingers, and those English archers who still had their fingers would go like that, look, we've got our fingers there, you know. But it's nonsense. This rumour didn't arrive till the 1970s, and there's no evidence whatsoever.
I actually know what it means.
Yeah?
Off.
There you are. That's pretty straightforward,
That was
isn't
an
it?
easy answer, that one, I thought.
Yeah, it was.
I always liked Andy Warhol's rabbit period. It's like Gilbert and George can't really be bothered. They're phoning it in this week.
Some people think that this may be something to do with the cuckold, and the horns were the symbol of the cuckold. And people used to do that to show, you know, I'm shagging your wife. But maybe that meant the same thing. No one's entirely sure. But one thing they're very sure, and there's absolutely no evidence, is that anything to do with archers, beguiling as that explanation is.
So it's like you can go...
Charlie, I'm glad someone is.
Did someone pull a face? What did he do? Come on. Own up.
He cuckolded me, Stephen.
I thought if I tell him now, you see, he's going to have to pretend to be all jovial about it.
Now, I'm going to offer points if you can tell me the connection between that sign and Beethoven's Fifth Symphony. Yes.
the end of the war. V for victory.
And why is that Beethoven's Fifth?
Morse code.
Exactly, the Morse code for the letter V
Dot,
for
dash.
victory. Absolutely. Points to Phil. Well done. There you go.
What's enough war films?
Very good indeed. Yes, the earliest known use of the V sign dates from 1901. Nothing to do with medieval archers, a theory that was first put about in 1970. Now, you're with a group of Eton boys. Somebody shouts, a bum gang, right? What action should you take?
Book about 8 meg of space on YouTube. Just to be ready.
Yeah.
Probably toast some muffins or something. Is that what you do?
Toast is really serious stuff, toast. Really good toast. Yeah, my fag makes best bloody toast. It's really senior toast. But no, toast is... It's all they have. You can't drink, really.
It's currency in those places.
Yeah. So what about a bum gang?
Well... I assume...
Who would shout that? One of the boys would shout, the bum
Is it
gang?
Eton Fives or something?
Sports. There's sports involved.
Well, it's, you see, we're nowhere near. That photograph is, I'm afraid, a heck of a distraction. We should be there. We should be there in the Highlands. Yes, Charlie.
Is that Bathurst Lake?
No, it's the Highlands of Cameroon. It's in Africa.
Is that where the bum gang come from?
They're the Eton tribe. They're called the Eton.
I say.
And a bum gang is actually a word in their language, and it just means thank you. A bum gang. A beautiful woman is a mimiminga, it turns out. That's the Cameroon's Eton tribe. They have other ethnic groups called the bum, the bang, the banana, the mang, the fang, the tang, the wum, the wham, the war, and, of course, the pongo.
Who discovered this tribe? Benny Hill?
I know it does rather speak to all our prejudices about these African languages. If someone would say a bum gang to you, you should say my pleasure or you're welcome, obviously. And a memorable night out might result in any language. So, fingers on buzzers, please, and stop me when you know what I'm talking about. Born in the Sudan, he moved to Cairo, to Paris, and then to London, where he became immensely popular when it was announced in 1882. Yeah.
There's an elephant in the room.
Why is that?
Whoever he is, he's an elephant.
He's right! Very good.
Was he Jumbo? Was he Jumbo?
He was Jumbo the elephant. Very good. Brilliant. Well done. He was the most famous animal in the world, and he gave his name to anything big. Jumbo jets are named after Jumbo the elephant. It was simply his name. He was such an enormous elephant. Look at the size of that elephant. That is an enormous...
That's a big
beast.
elephant.
That is one big elephant.
He's like the size of an elephant. Isn't he?
He's basically he is. London Zoo gave a rhino to Paris Zoo and got Jumbo in return, which was a marvellous bargain because he became incredibly popular. But then an American paid $10,000 for Jumbo to take him to America. Who would that American have been?
P.T. Barnum, I should
Phineas
imagine.
T. Barnum. Who else? Exactly.
And then he died and he had him stuffed and people still paid to go and see him.
You're absolutely right. There were riots in England, virtually. There were debates in Parliament. People threatened to kill Barnum and even threatened to kill Jumbo, saying that Jumbo dead was better than Jumbo exported. This is a rather bizarre way of looking at it.
That's a hell of a march to go on, isn't it? Jumbo, kill Jumbo! What do we want? Dead Jumbo!
But as I say, $10,000 was a lot of money, but when Barnum got into America, in 3 days he made $30,000 out of him. By the end, he had made $1.5 million in only 3 years from this. Jumbo mania was even bigger in America. They went crazy for this animal. They'd pay anything to see it. But as you say, it was actually in Ontario. He'd done his circus, which was called... What was the name of his circus? Do you remember? The greatest show on Earth. Yeah, the greatest show on Earth. And he had 29 elephants had been safely put into their freight cars, and he had 2 left. His smallest elephant, who was called Tom Thumb, and his biggest, obviously, Jumbo. And an unscheduled train came, and poor Jumbo got the full force. 100 places his skull was broken in. It took 126 men to lift him off the track. He was cradled in the arms of his trainer, Mr. Scott, and he died.
I don't want him!
So Barnum's got the little elephant, he's got the great big one. If he gets elephants of decreasing size, he can hollow them out and have, like, Russian elephant dolls.
But you're right also about the stuffing. A taxidermist and the team of 6 butchers then got to work on emptying poor Jumbo of his insides and stuffing him with whatever they stuffed them with. And he was moved to Tufts University, where he was the mascot for until 1975, and he was destroyed in a fire. But and that's why we get jumbo-sized things. That's why we use the word jumbo to mean big, because of that elephant. So, apart from the Bible, what do you suppose was the most successful, the best-selling book in all of England in the 16th century? Phill Jupitus.
The Little Book of Syphilis.
The Highway Code?
Oh, no.
The Highwayman Code.
The Highwayman Code. BG. It was a book of etiquette for school children, in fact, written by the great Dutch humanist Erasmus. Erasmus, it says on my card here, and I'm rather pleased to know this, he was a Dutch humanist and theologian, it says here, who was immensely influential in the Reformation and is the second most famous alumnus of Queen's College, Cambridge, after you. Yes! Yeah, isn't that exciting? But... A, that's not true. They're just trying to be sweet, and I don't have a portrait up.
So what, this book was designed to teach children how to behave?
Yes. Would you like to hear some of its pearls of wisdom?
Love to, yeah.
Do not be afraid of vomiting. It is not vomiting, but holding the vomit in your throat that is foul.
No, what's foul is when you try and stop it.
And it seeps through the fingers.
No, it flies off like that.
That's
If you're on
horrid.
a tube or something and you're waiting to get to the station and you just can't wait and you think, oh, I better hold it in, and suddenly the pressure, it sprays. It sprays over everybody around you. Did he not put that in his book?
He didn't. You should not offer your handkerchief to anyone unless it has been freshly washed. Nor is it seemly, after wiping your nose, to spread out your handkerchief and peer into it as if pearls and rubies might have fallen out of your head. Very good. Do not move back and forth on your chair. Doing so gives the impression of constantly breaking or trying to break wind. It does That's right. Not as much
more
as
of that.
doing that does, though. Yeah, sideways. Oh, thank you. There we are, not That's all pretending.
I did that in an exam once.
Yeah.
Farted, and someone thought I was cheating. So I was off. I said I wasn't looking, I was going,
Right? So, that's it. On Civility in Children, written in 1530 by Dutch philosopher Erasmus. As a guide to manners, it was a standard textbook for English schoolboys. Which brings us to my next question. And nutters. Where exactly is the best place in England to find nutters? Yay.
On one of your documentaries.
Thank you very much. True.
I assume a nutter isn't someone with mental health problems, is it?
No.
Someone with no teeth. It's not very often you see younger people grooming older people, is it?
Can I bring you to a team of geographers? The Centre for Advanced Spatial Analysis at University College London has analysed more than 500,000 surnames and has found that nutters are preponderantly found in Blackburn. That's where you'll find nutters. Where will you find pigs? 2 G's, pigs. Norfolk. Newcastle, actually. Yeah. Dafts. There are quite a lot of dafts.
The Midlands?
Yes, Nottingham, East Midlands. Yeah, it counts
Had
as
to be.
Midlands, isn't it? Smellies.
Suffolk.
Glasgow, apparently. Glasgow.
Smelly's in Glasgow.
Apparently. And in Huddersfield, you'll find bottoms. Apparently. And in Taunton, willies. There they are. The surnames that have most dwindled over the last century are Handcock, not Hancock, but Handcock, Glasscock, Hickenbottom, Shufflebottom, and Winterbottom. The most
We had a Jimmy Glasscock at school.
Did you?
Yeah, you could always see when he was coming.
Oh, yes. Quality. Oh, dear. Very good.
I never thought I'd have a chance to do that.
Yeah, that really was Anyway, I want us to stay for just a little longer and pluck a few thorny English roses from the polytunnel of general ignorance. So fingers on buzzers, please. What will there be bluebirds over? Oh, he's in there, Charlie.
I shouldn't have pressed it, should I? Because I'm going to say
Yeah.
Lake Windermere.
Safe. Yes.
White Cliffs of Dover. No, but I knew I had to say it because I knew Charlie wanted to say it.
Yeah,
And,
it had to be got out.
Had to be resolved.
No, why won't there be bluebirds ever over
Because they're not a native to Britain.
Quite right. Where are they native to?
Well, America, presumably.
North America.
Because it was
yeah.
written in America.
It was written by Nat Burton, the lyricist of that song, who'd never been within 3,000 miles of Dover. And he just thought, sounded good. And there'd been a spate of them, because Over the Rainbow had been written a little earlier, the song from The Wizard of Oz, which has bluebirds in it, and of course right up to Zippity Doo-Dah, which has bluebirds in, and then they gave up on the bluebird idea.
Yes.
But it was associated with happiness for some reason, bluebird of happiness. But they don't exist in Europe. No, they're pretty, though. There he is, little. He's blue. You've got to give him that.
Can't we bring some in?
Let's just spray up some robins.
You don't want to mess with robins, they're feisty.
They are very feisty.
Not with the spray gun in the beak. Because you just do the front, psh, turn it round, psh, do the back, bluebird. Wallop.
Do some pigeons.
Oh, yeah. I'd die pigeons.
They wouldn't mind as long as they had a sandwich.
Now, how many times a year did Queen Elizabeth I of England have a bath?
Never. Once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times.
Thanks for that. That was your once.
See, it was thought indecent to immerse oneself in water.
Well, that is an actual photograph of her taking a bath. She actually was considered rather pernickety about her thing. She 4 times a year at least, she bathed. As the old joke says, even if she didn't need one, she'd have one. In medieval England, though, baths were much more popular than we suppose. There are bathhouses in every town. But it was really the monks who didn't like it because they thought it led on to lewd behaviour.
Well, in fact, they knew it led on.
Well, they knew it. Exactly. So, which is the smallest county in England, please? Figures are yes.
Rutland.
Doesn't exist anymore.
Rutland does exist. It was reintroduced as a county in 1997, so it does exist.
Yeah.
And the awful thing is you're half right, but you're also half very, very wrong.
Oh, tell me more.
See if you can work it out. One, there is a county that is smaller than Rutland, but only for half the year.
What's it? Oh! Oh, no, I'm thinking of the tide. That's
Yes,
every day.
yes, that's every day, but half the day it's... And therefore, if you tot it up into a year...
Oh.
But is it up there in the fens somewhere?
No.
Is it somewhere else on
It's
the
a
coast?
proper county. People think it's
Anglesey.
Hampshire, but it's not Hampshire.
Oh, Isle of Wight.
Isle of Wight. Isle of Wight is its own county.
Oh.
And at high tide, it is smaller than Rutland. But at low tide,
Wow.
it's bigger. So there you have it. And we at QI almost discovered this. It's not a known fact, but they called up the Isle of Wight Council and they discussed it and they've confirmed that it is true. So you heard it here first.
That's the sort of thing, once you've been told that once, it just stays there forever.
Oh, yeah. Yes, like some awful piece of chewing gum stuck in the hair, isn't it? Now, who owns all the swans in England?
The Queen.
What did you say?
I said the Queen.
What a pity. No.
Queen's estate, the crown.
No, the Queen owns all the mute swans.
What?
The mute swans, but none of the Hoopers or Buick swans, which are other breeds of swan. And she only counts them in the
Is it a bishop
Thames.
of somewhere?
No, it's all
it's
of us.
just
They're
those
not owned by
swans.
anybody. It's the Queen owns the mute swans.
No, they're free. They're free swans, aren't they?
Exactly. They are free swans. Roam and do as they will. Marvellous animals, aren't they? They have penises like ducks.
What, the penis is in the shape of a duck?
It would be a great joke of nature.
Yes, yeah.
No, but it's
That's
very
confusing
rare.
for a duck, isn't it?
Most birds don't have penises.
That's why the swans look so smug. Got the big duck-shaped penis under the water. Oh, yeah. And I can carry the kids on my back.
What's the most common cause of death amongst the swan population?
The Queen.
Is it?
Not the Queen, no.
She's just gagging for swan.
It's apparently
Predator or an illness?
No, it's electrocution. They're electrocuted rather
Keeps turning the telly over with a
Well-
wet beak.
Yeah.
Put the light out, dear.
But roast swan, or any swan can be legally eaten by
The Queen and Prince Philip only.
the royal family and...
Gypsies.
No, fellows...
What's the point of being a gypsy if you can't eat swans?
No, apparently swans can be eaten by members of the royal family and by fellows of St John's College, Cambridge, on June the 25th.
That's my birthday. Can I have some?
Is it really?
I'd like a swan nugget.
Just don't eat the bit that looks like a duck.
No.
So you know these people, these royals, Stephen. Do they say what it tastes like? Have you had a... You must have had a bit.
It's not very pleasant, it's fishy. But
Fishy?
the best swan is when from a cygnet they're fed oats, which is not a normal thing, and then they don't get that fishy, unpleasant flavour.
They taste like porridge.
Well, yes, possibly they do.
Does the Queen have, like, cold swan in her fridge?
I can't
You
give
come
you
in
shit.
late at night and she's picking up swan carcass going out.
She opens the fridge, she gets it out. She loves the neck, that's her favourite bit.
So, from fellows of St John's, Cambridge to Oxford, what is the Oxford History of England all about?
Yes. England.
You'd think it would be, with a title like that.
France.
Not France, neither.
All right, this one, Abyssinia. Yeah, come on. Yes.
They didn't predict that. They didn't predict that.
Thank you.
Oxford History of England.
It's simply, when you say England sometimes, accidentally, you might actually mean...
England.
Britain. No. But you might say,
Oh,
when
yeah,
you meant
you're right,
Britain,
yeah.
you say, oh, yeah, you know, the English are very good at blah, blah. You actually mean Britain or the, you know. And the fact is, it was perfectly normal to say England for all of Britain, right up until the 1930s, when Scottish nationalism arose and they got rather offended by it. Benjamin Disraeli signed the Treaty of Berlin as the Prime Minister of England, and it meant Great Britain, technically. The one part stood for the whole. So the Oxford History of England is actually the history of the British Isles. I'm not saying it was right, but it's just as it was. There you are. As A.J.P. Taylor, the great historian, noticed, when the Oxford History was launched a generation ago, he said, England was still an all-embracing word. It meant indiscriminately England, Wales, Great Britain, United Kingdom, even the British Empire. This is not to say the term British wasn't used, it's just that England could mean the whole thing. So, where does the word England come from? Why are we called English? What is England about? Yes.
Go on.
Well, one, you know, all right, the Angles.
Yes, quite correct. You see? Where did the Angles come from?
Anglesey.
America.
America.
They were kind of Germanic area.
Yeah, north, very north towards Denmark. Schleswig-Holstein is the area that's known as exactly. But it turns out that actually DNA on Britons and English people shows that, in fact, most of the indigenous Britons who originally came from the Basque area walked over when the Channel, which is only 9,000 years old, probably...
We have wolves and bears.
Yes. All right, stop writing. That is the end of the English exam. It's time to post the results on the notice board prior to coming and seeing me in my study.
A bum gang!
Our English master this week, with -8 points, is Phill Jupitus. And hot on his behind, if I probably could have put that better. He didn't start too well, but my God, he made up for it. On -15, Charlie Higson. And on -29, just avoiding rustication, is Sean Locke. So we know who'll be adopting the position and awaiting my pleasure in the study. With -59 points, it's Alan Davis. Right. Of course, as can occasionally happen, due to their superior and extraordinary knowledge of the Lake District, the real winners with +10 are the audience! So that's it for this week from Charlie, Sean, Phil, Alan and myself. Jolly boating weather to you. And this last thought from the not at all English Oscar Wilde. If England treats her criminals the way she has treated me, she doesn't deserve to have any. Good night.